We welcome you to Florida for SFL action as the Carolina Skyhawks are in town in Fort Lauderdale to take on the Florida Storm here at the I. Just the fourth meeting between these two franchises. Florida holds all three victories. Carolina coming into town to try and upset the Florida Storm. I'm Andy Hamilton. Joining me in the booth tonight, the Hall of Famer, Eddie Gage. Eddie, quite a matchup here tonight. Carolina trying to do what seems to be the unthinkable, but may not be as out of reach as we may think.
SFL Nation, what up, though? Y'all know who I be, and you're right, Andy. Speaking with the head coach of Carolina, Harish Prasad, he said they're going to make changes this week and try to get back to their winning ways by going back to some old familiar game plans that brought them W's. They're going to need it. They have one of the top-ranked rushing defenses, and you already know what Florida's going to do on offense. Bullet Bolesky got off the bus this morning and ran for 4 yards, so hopefully it holds up for them, and we're looking forward to a good contest tonight.
Florida losing last week against Atlanta, just a 3-point drop there, but they're going to have to try and get back to their winning ways, so maybe some changes for them as well. Florida wearing red will receive. Carolina wearing white kicks it off, and we are underway here from Fort Lauderdale. That one all the way to the back line of the end zone. Florida will take a knee, and we will head out to the 20. Ron Haynes on stats for us tonight. Appreciate Ron being here and doing his job. He is a stats machine these days. Speaking of stats machines, the Florida offense will walk out onto the field, led by the veteran, the Hall of Famer, the man, the myth, the legend, Ron Cochran. Best completion percentage in the league this season, 73%, and he'll throw on the first play from scrimmage down the middle, caught and collected by Stephen Bush.
Collected by Stephen Bush, and you're right, Andy. He is one of the best. He rarely throws it, but he has the highest completion percentage, and he also, get this, has the highest average yards per completion in the SFL. Whether it's because teams are shocked that they're actually throwing the football downfield or what, I have no idea, but it's worked for Florida thus far.
Twins formation, two receivers to the top of the screen. Bullet Bolesky in the backfield, they'll give it to him. The Bullet's off the right side. He picks up 5. Man, he just looks one step quicker than some of the other players on the field, Eddie.
He does. I mean, he has a great get off on the ball. Once the H and height comes out of the quarterback's mouth, he is off into the races.
Carolina sporting a 4-down lineman front. Looks like a 4-4 out of that grouping there. Safety walked up there on the top left. This one a give right up the middle. J.W. Doyle will pick up a yard, nothing more, a little fullback carry.
Giving Bullet a break. Sometimes they don't want to quite throw it, and so they do so by handing the ball off to their fullback and letting him get a touch of the football as well.
Monte Wyatt in on that tackle, one of the star players for Carolina on this defensive side. We'll hear a lot of his name tonight. 3rd down, 4 to go. Cochran going to throw, spins out of pressure, and will fire down the middle for a first down. E.J. Minson collects it.
This Florida offense is rolling, and I'm not sure if they had a change in the game plan or what, but they're coming out here throwing the ball a lot here tonight.
Yeah, 2 throws now for Cochran, both complete. 2 runs for the offense. Balance here, but early in the drive, probably more running than you'd come to expect with Bolesky and the way that he's been running. 3rd best in the league in yards, 2nd best in touchdowns, 18 to his name this season, and there's still plenty of season to go. Cochran stands, has all the time in the world, and throws it just a little too far out in front of Minson.
Yeah, I'm not sure what caused that errant throw. As you said, he had all day to throw and a wide open receiver. Not sure what happened there.
Sometimes, Eddie, when it's too easy, it gets difficult, right? You got to have a little bit of challenge there, and Ron was just standing alone. He looked like he was on the beach drinking a pina colada. Rolling out here, throws across the middle. That one is good. Right across the middle, connects with Zarkov.
Zarkov, a big physical tight end who often sometimes get forgotten about the way they run the ball so much. But when they do, and those linebackers take their eyes off of him, he's there ready to make a reception.
Just his 6th catch of the season. Ron Haynes has been getting more use out of the tight end spot. Maybe we'll hear from him tonight. Cochran, well protected again. Fires deep down the seam. Incomplete, but a flag comes down.
Terrible call, Andy. I do not agree with this penalty.
I hope we get a second look at it. That ball was way overthrown. They're going to call it there. Yeah, they're going to call it there on Ibari Ahmed England. Maybe. Just changed completely there. It was a little bit before the camera swung back around, and after that, all right, fair enough. All right, Florida moves down 1st and goal. Cochran. Ball slotted here at the 8-yard line, one of the two, 8-yard line. 1st down, goal to go. Boletsky, left side. Boletsky hit once, hit, and stonewalled at the line. Was trying to find his way into the end zone, and he ran right into the defender, Mojo McClain.
Mojo McClain saved a touchdown. I thought he was about to waltz in there.
Bang.
But, he got held up, and great tackle by Mojo.
That is one of the hardest hits to make because just the nose of the ball has to get across that line. 2nd and goal. Boletsky in along with Doyle in front of him. Cochran under center. Will give Boletsky right side, walks it in, untouched, 6-0, Florida on top.
9-play drive results in a touchdown in typical Florida fashion. Come out, passing the ball just a little bit more than perhaps Carolina was accustomed to. And by that time, they got in a rhythm, marched downfield, and scores.
Yeah, a really good drive there from Florida. They take the opening drive, 9 plays, 52 yards, punch it in the end zone for the touchdown. I tell you what, Eddie, this Florida team has been hot this season. They've been difficult to defend. Mike Daggs has put together current season team stats in one of our broadcast documents, and if you look at that, all the nods, all the arrows are pointing to Florida in 1st downs, total yards, passing yards, average yards per attempt, rushing yards, average yards per carry. It's really overwhelming.
Overwhelming indeed. Just to give you a lot to think about. All credit goes out to this offensive line for Florida, who gives Billy Boletsky and company so much time. In those holes to fill on the offensive line, and compacted by the fact that they also provide a great passing pocket to get the ball downfield as well.
Carolina takes over here, finding themselves down by 6, and for the first time tonight, we'll see Matt South and this offense for the Carolina Skyhawks. And Eddie, you were saying that Harish was saying they revamped some things. Any expectations here on the offensive side from you?
Well, he did not go too much into detail. He just said he was going to revert back to his old ways early in the season to what got him victories, as they're currently in the middle of a slump here.
Victories is the only way to try and make it happen, so we'll see what Carolina's got in the bag. Split backs, they throw. A little bump. And a catch is made. Wow, fighting through the traffic was Quintero for the 1st down.
Former Denver Nightwing, he's only 5'11", but he used his strength there to fight off the would-be pass defender and picks up that 1st down the slant route. Great job.
Yeah, Carroll pressed him, and then when they got out, there was a little bit of, bumping from just them trying to get to the same spot.
Yep.
New set of downs. Ike McBride in the backfield. Donning her red shoes. They'll give it to her off this right side, and she's only got 2 before Florida's defense rallies and makes the tackle.
Oftentimes in this new era of football, it's going to take 2 men to bring down these running backs, and they did a great job there, limiting Ike to 2 yards.
Two receivers top of the screen. Looks like man defense. They give McBride the counter, and she's not going to go anywhere. Right there to make the play was Ryan Tobin coming downhill.
3rd down and 8. Somewhere you don't want to be, a 3rd and long situation against this Florida defense.
Looking like a passing down 4 down lineman, single linebacker here for Florida. They're going to bring a blitz off the edge. Throw is made, and the catch is made. Oh, Chase Earl, one-on-one.
Wow. I mean, you can't ask. I mean, that was great defense, just better offense as they were pressing them, Carroll is.
Oh, man. Look, Carroll's in his hip pocket, Eddie.
Yes.
This is a great throw.
Turns around, tries to locate the football, and finds himself on the wrong end of a completion. Great offense.
Carolina moves the chains, keeping their offense going. Split backs, and they're going to give a run here. Hattori Hanzo off the right side. Oh, man, the bowling ball picks up 9.
Physical run by Hattori. You don't want to be on the receiving end of too many tackling attempts by a fullback. Oh, my goodness. That was rough in the replay.
Yeah, I've called a couple Carolina games this season, and Hanzo has just been kind of like a freight train. 4.4 yards per carry this season, 1 score for him on 52 carries. You got to get out of the way when he's got the ball. 4 down lineman for Florida again. Give McBride up the gut. McBride not getting there. Oh, wow. Ryan Tobin lays a hit of his own.
And to set up a 3rd down and 1 situation, you're hoping to pick up that 1st down on 2nd down, but you have another opportunity here to pick up this 1st and keep your offense on the field.
Carolina right around field goal range. 2 receivers split out. They'll look to throw. South stands in the pocket. Now will fire, and that is caught. Oh, out of the back pocket. Oh, making moves all the way down the sideline, and finally stepping out of bounds at the 8. What a catch and run for Solomon.
What a great catch and run indeed. I thought his momentum might have carried him out of bounds, but he was able to turn around, get upfield, and not only pick up the 1st down, Andy, but pick up significant yards after the catch. It's those yak yards that sometimes make the difference between a win and a loss.
Yeah, he pulled it right off his back pocket and then was just making guys miss, some blocking downfield. Man, that was quite the play. That is the longest play of the night for Carolina on this opening drive. 1st and goal for Matt South. Now 3 of 3 tonight, 52 yards. 2 backs in the backfield. Give McBride. McBride shakes one. McBride angles left, and she'll score. Oh, right into the end zone. Carolina answers.
Carolina allows Florida to march up and down the field, score a touchdown, and put a lot of pressure on this offense, but they were undetermined. Then they came out and get the ball right back and marched down the field and scored a touchdown of their own.
Redirecting there to the outside, that's impressive. Usually, Eddie, you see a running back kind of get tunnel vision of where to go.
Yeah.
McBride, wide open eyes, found the hole.
Great job by Carolina answering that touchdown drive from Florida.
Yeah, I feel like it's super easy when you're playing a team like Florida with all the success they've had this season. You go down early, it almost is negative for morale. Carolina didn't even hesitate. They went right down there. You see it, 8 plays, 71 yards. They put 7 on the board themselves.
On the road, too, which is even more impressive.
That does make it much tougher here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It's a little warm down here on the southern part of the United States.
This humidity, that kick, wow.
All the way to the back line. If you're new to the Simulation Football League, welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server at simulationfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or just to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field. It's never too late to get involved. Quarterback Ron Cochran, Hall of Famer, is back out on the field. They drove down the first time, got 7. See what they can do this time out. They'll send Art Vandelay in motion to the top side of the formation. Split backs. Pitch wide. Beletsky trying to find an angle. Shakes one. Gets a good block downfield. Spins. Beletsky will not go down without a fight, and he's got a 1st down.
Florida's offense did not take too kindly to suffering their last loss last week versus Atlanta. And they've come out here with a vengeance trying to show and prove to the SFL that they're still a top dog.
There's a look at Beletsky's numbers. That spin back inside. I mean, that had shades of BDG Hollywood, didn't it, Eddie?
It did. I thought about that call you made down the right sideline from BDG when you said that was the best play you ever seen.
Oh, back when the voice was cracking. Yeah, you know what it is. History. We'll see. We'll see if Boletsky can pull something like that out of his back pocket tonight. I am mentally prepared. Give right up the middle. This is the backup, and he'll pick up a couple yards in relief.
Yeah, on that play, Carolina was anticipating a run to the outside. They run up the gut, but luckily for them, their defensive tackle was pinched down inside and was able to limit the run to 2 yards.
Boletsky checks back into the game here on 2nd and 8. Carolina running the 4-3. Play action. It's the other way you can use Boletsky. Fires across the middle to the logo. I'm not sure who he was throwing to there.
Receiver got bumped off his route, and it was a timing route and messed up the play.
Third and 8. 3:12 to go here in this quick-moving first quarter. Both teams' offense is humming. Defense still trying to find their footing. This would be a good opportunity for Carolina's defense to get off the field and get the ball back for the offense. Dime look here. Receiver motions and play action. Cochran rolls out, fires down the mid seam. It's tipped and incomplete. Defensive play made over there. That's Skippy Curtis.
Skippy Curtis on the deflection. I thought he was going to pick that pass off, but nonetheless, it's going to force a punt by Florida. And after that hot start, Carolina's able to recuperate and get their defense off the field.
And that's big for Carolina. They went down the field, they scored a touchdown, then they got the defense out here and made a stop. Punter is on. This one sent away for Florida. And a little bit of a return here out of Carolina. Not very far, though, only out to the 20. For all the league highlights, photo galleries, major and minor league stats and leaderboards, community content, and so much more, check out the league's website, simulationfl.net, presented by Football Shift. Stay up to date and explore our past, present, and our future.
Roscoe Jenkins adding to his tackle totals on special teams with that vicious hit.
Gotta love special teams, Eddie. That's where the games are won and lost, some would say. South gonna drop and throw for the 4th time tonight. Connects Hattori Hanzo. Hanzo, embarrassing fools! Hanzo down the sideline and has huge first down yardage. Oh, baby.
Florida dropping back their defense into coverage. Everyone dropped back the snap of the ball, and they just throw a little 3-yard pass out to Hanzo and makes the defenders out there pay. As a fullback, you live for these moments. Just running over those little defenders, those cornerbacks out there who have no business trying to tackle a fullback, and Hanzo makes him pay.
That was a big play there for Hattori Hanzo. South will check it down to him again. Why not? And that time Florida says, all right, bud, Tobin will get you.
Yeah, that time they said, pick on someone my size, and the linebacker comes over, makes a tackle, and gets him down on the ground. Ryan Tobin with a great tackle.
This is a safety convert to linebacker here in the recent seasons. He's got 3 tackles, tied for the most on the team tonight. South, short drop, well protected, fires down the seam. Oh, almost caught. Incomplete, but, I mean, the fact that it got to the receiver, Eddie.
The fact that it got there, if he doesn't jump up and try to catch that ball at his highest point, it may get picked off, but the defense with a bang play, hitting him right as he tries to bring the ball in, forces that incompletion.
South's first incompletion of the night. He's 5 of 6, and he will throw likely here on this 3rd and 9. South, deep drop throws. That looks like the exact same route there, right up the seam, but that one's caught. Quintero's got his 2nd grab of the night. This one a first down.
Same route by the receiver, but a different route tree, spreading the defense out. I actually love the route. I was just about to comment on it. Spreading the defense out, forcing them to make a decision. You want to get those safeties trying to think rather than just react, and they did a great job there with that route tree.
It was a big one. And that will set up Carolina now. 1st and 10 from the 39. Give. McBride right up the gut. McBride shakes, bakes. McBride, first down.
McBride, I'm telling you, is a big back, a physical back. And right there you see her shimmying through through the hole there, trying to make something out of nothing. Great job by McBride to move the chains yet again.
Looked like she was making a TikTok the way she was dancing back and forth, Eddie. New set of downs here from the 27. 2 in the backfield. And they'll give it to McBride again. Why not? McBride falls forward. There is, however, an injury.
That's McBride.
That does not look good, Eddie.
Not good at all. She is not moving. Hopefully she is okay.
See a little movement there. The well-qualified doctor wearing tan pants comes out to check on her. And this is no laughing matter, Eddie. Someone's hurt.
Yeah, someone's hurt, and that's unfortunate. Jesus Smith took her down.
We'll see on 2nd and 5 what'll happen here. Hanzo may see a little bit more of the football here tonight based off of that. No, they'll give it to the backup off this right side. Nothing doing there. 3rd and 5.
3rd down and 5, and hopefully for Carolina, they can find a way to survive until Ike comes back. Hopefully she does, but until then, they may have to diversify some things on offense.
2 receivers, bottom of the screen, 3rd down. South has thrown it 7 times tonight. Make this 8. Gonna float one backside. Oh, somehow collected! Splits the needle and finds DeSantis.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Ryan Davidson missed that. He was looking at the ball the entire way in. I'm not sure the speed of the pass getting there is what surprised him or what, but he had that out all the way in. I thought he was going the other way.
Oh, look at this camera work. Oh, yeah, he just misread it.
Yep.
I don't know what that camera's on that has that angle, but good for them.
A zip line, apparently.
I thought it was a guy with a little wheel, rollerblades on running around out there in the secondary. 1st and 10. New set of downs here. Nickel look out of Florida. McBride still out of the game. They'll flip it out. Hanzo off this right side. Oh, Tobin gets the better of Hanzo. That's going to lose yards.
Yeah, you want to try to get the ball out in front of Hanzo so he can catch it with a full head of steam and not having to slow down and redirect. But Florida forced the ball out a little prematurely as they brought 2 on a blitz.
That will take us to the end of the first. 7 points apiece here in Florida. Carolina and the Storm locked in an intense battle of SFL action. For Eddie Gage, I'm Andy Hamilton. We welcome you back to the Eye here in Fort Lauderdale. Carolina with the football deep in Florida Storm territory. The Skyhawks trying to take the lead here tonight. Ike McBride still out of the football game. The backup is in. Pressure coming, and South will get eaten alive. Buried by the Florida Storm. They brought everyone, and J.J. Bailey with the sack.
They brought everyone in, and it didn't help that it was a 7-step drop. I'm not sure if Florida was anticipating such a drop or what, but great job by the defense reading the keys and seeing that 7-step drop, bringing a house and brings down Matt South.
Carolina has 3 offensive linemen that we consider stars: Cape Palmer, Ricky Rigatoni, and Chris Cross. Speaking of Chris Cross, that offensive line got crisscrossed up there for the sack. It'll be 3rd and 21.
Empty formation, got to be careful here.
5 receivers wide. They're going to pull Chase Earl across the formation. Florida, stoic. They do not move. South, under center, will take a 5-step drop. Rushes 4, throws on the corner route. That's caught, and that'll bring it to 4th and 16 and make this field goal much more manageable.
Much more manageable indeed. Dangerous pass. Got it right over the slot corner and able to complete that pass. Great camera work tonight.
He's been feeling himself. I tell you what, Matt South, 9 of 10 tonight, 116, and no fear.
None.
And with McBride potentially out of the game, that is what you need. 25-yard attempt is up. Oh, man, I don't know if that was Florida wind or what, Eddie, but Malone Brown was flirting with the upright there.
We've seen some interesting field goal attempts this weekend.
We'll get a second look at it. Look at that one is definitely going right, and then it just fades back to the left there at the last second.
At the last second, all that matters is it got through.
That'll give the 10-7 lead to the Carolina Skyhawks up on the road.
How many kickers do you know who are 5'10", 260 pounds? But that's what Malone Brown is.
Well, my mom always taught me never to ask someone's weight, so I won't comment on that man. Here, I will comment though on this return. Nice return out to the 27-yard line. Speaking of that return, I liked it. Are you liking this game so far? Smash that like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. The SFL produces over 400 events a year. There is no one else that gives you more football. Don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action and help the channel grow through your support.
First down and 10 for Florida, starting out on their own 27-yard line. And look at number 80 in the backfield behind Ron Cochran, lined up.
Art Vandelay lined up in the backfield. 3 receivers wide. They give it to Doyle right up the middle. J.W. Doyle will shake out a one before Shervon Prasad and company wrap him up.
Perhaps it's a sight of things to come. I'm sure Carolina saw it and had eyes on Art back there. But they just ran up the fullback dive. But perhaps later on in this game, we'll see something designed for Art.
Very interesting. Doyle at fullback again. E.J. Minson, bottom of the screen at receiver. They will give it off the left side. Boletsky back in the game, spins and shakes and has a first down all the way up to the 48.
That spin move was sick. I played running back as a kid growing up, and I never liked the spin move because I often got caught coming out of that spin by someone I did not see coming. But you see a number of these full running backs today doing that spin move, and Bullet made use of it there.
It's a necessary evil in the SFL, Eddie. If you don't have a good spin game, I don't know what you're doing. Two in the backfield. Bush moves across the line. He's got one grab tonight. Cochran, 3 of 6. Will look to throw for just the 7th time. Stands in the pocket, delivers an interception! Carolina takes the ball away. I'm trying to ID the player, and it's Danny Stinson.
Danny Stinson with the interception had his eyes on it the entire way as Carolina was playing a zone defense, sitting there watching the quarterback. Ron's eye steps up in front of the receiver and picks that ball off. But the receiver got to help his quarterback out and not allow the defender to cross his face. That's rule number 1.
A huge play that may turn the tide on this game. It's Danny Stinson's 6th career interception, and it gives Carolina the football at Florida's 39-yard line. Matt South, 9 of 10, will give Hanzo a run up the middle, and he'll pick up 6. And Eddie, I think if McBride's out, that's got to be your recipe.
Definitely. If McBride is out, then hopefully he had his Wheaties this morning because Hanzo was going to need it.
4-3 look here out of Florida, trying to keep Carolina from extending the lead too much. Give to the back, and that one is good for a couple more. 3rd and 2 upcoming.
3rd down and 2, definitely manageable. We'll see if they give the ball to Hanzo or give it to the backup tailback to try to pick up this first down.
Hanzo in. 1 wide receiver to the bottom. 2 tight ends on the field. They'll give to the running back off the right side who gets stood up and dropped. Could not get there. Deontay Stoneville stood up the tackle, and then coming around the edge was Evan Carroll.
You took the words out of my mouth. Did a great job of pushing the offensive lineman back about 1.5 yards, giving the tailback nowhere to go, and to force this field goal attempt for 49 yards out.
Malone Brown on to send this one through again.
Hooks it again.
It right, and it comes back. It's good. 13-7. Carolina on top. 4 plays, 6 whole yards on that drive.
When you're 260 pounds, how does he even get his leg, the torque on it, to get his leg to kick these field goals off? I have no idea, but he does it and gets it just over the uprights. But Florida has to come out of this feeling pretty good about themselves after their turnover and giving Carolina the short field. They got to feel pretty good to limit them to 3.
Absolutely. I mean, Ron Cochran's going to want that throw back if he could have it. I don't think they're going to give it to him back.
No, they won't.
only thrown 4 picks coming into tonight. That was only his 5th pick of the season. And it gives Carolina a 13-7 lead, but could have been much more damage, Eddie.
It could have been, which is why they're feeling pretty good about themselves right now. Should they score, they'll have the lead right back.
Returned there by Caleb Giffis. And now Ron Cochran will come back out after that interception. He's 3 of 7 tonight, Eddie. We talked about his completion percentage being high this season. Well, not tonight so far, 42%.
Yeah, he's off to a slow start. Perhaps it's the jitters of trying to prove themselves and get back on winning ways after losing to Atlanta last week.
Well, and it's tricky. We've seen in the SFL lots of teams, they lose that mojo once and it's kind of gone. Florida trying to prove that that's not the case here, and Boletsky's got a first down on that run.
Great blocking out in front by his fullback. I believe that was the left tackle who got out there too. Couldn't quite see.
That is McDonaldson.
Yeah, great job.
McDonaldson is the tackle, yeah, along with Joseph Wade, and the center, Putnam on the back. I'm not going to say anything more than that. I spread look here out of Florida. They're going to move one across the formation there. From top to bottom of your screen comes Art Vandelay. Vandelay has no grabs tonight, no targets. They'll give Boletsky another run up the middle. Boletsky finds daylight, but only gets 8. It seemed to do a little more east to west than they wanted him to on that one, Eddie.
Yeah, he did. Said he had north rather than east. Perhaps he picks up more yards, but he's trying to run away from the defense, so I don't blame him there.
That'll set up 2nd and 2 here with 5.5 to go in the second. They'll go a heavy formation here. J.W. Doyle checks out of the game. They'll flip Ron Haynes there, who will extend out as a wide receiver. Very interesting out of Florida. Here's the give right up the middle. Doyle was actually in as a halfback, and he has the first down. Very interesting. Let's take it to a game break with Commissioner Cameron Irvine in the booth. Cam.
Thank you, Andy. Not a ton of offense in this one, so we're going to watch Liam Hammer work on the outside to Jack Napier early in the first quarter. Gets loose and gets a touchdown for Louisiana. 10-7 revs up, but Atlanta's got 5 sacks, and they're on the move. Back to you in Florida.
Thanks, Cam. New set of downs here for Florida. Doyle took that one across the line. Doyle back into fullback, and they'll pitch to Boletsky. Boletsky, though, swarmed and will not escape that one, and they'll say that he got back to the line. I thought Monte Wyatt might have got him for a loss.
Yeah, it's probably going to be better. You lost of a half a yard when they go back and look at it. But I never understood why quarterbacks decide to send a receiver in motion when a defense is in man, and then you toss it out that way.
Yeah. That is an interesting thought. Well, I'm no offensive coordinator, Eddie, so I have no clue. 4-2 look here out of Carolina. 2nd down, 10 to go. Here is the run. Boletsky again. They continue to feed him, and why wouldn't you with the season that he's having?
Oh, I agree, and that play was designed to go up the A gap, but there was nothing there, and Bullet, showing his patience, cuts it out to the C gap. Only picks up 2 yards, but he's making the most out of nothing.
Look at his numbers, 63 yards there. 4 receivers wide, 3rd and 8. Carolina trying to get a stop. It's play action. Cochran rolls out, shifts, sets the feet. Wide open receiver collected there. It took the words right out of my mouth, Eddie. Art Vandelay's first grab of the day.
And play action drew the defense in, sucked the linebackers inside, and allowed just too big of a hole between the linebackers and the safety. You see here on the replay, they're looking for the run, but it was play action, and caught those linebackers just peeking inside and picks up the first down easily.
We've seen Vandelay at halfback. We saw him shifting. Now we see him making a catch in the open field to move the chains and put Florida well into field goal range. But can they get more than that? Give Boletsky the bullet, stuck in a little bit of traffic, and he gets buried in the chamber, but they'll give him 2.
A generous 2 yards, perhaps some home cooking. after that 23-yard reception by Florida on that last play, 2nd and 8.
I think the refs got depth perception issues over there on the sideline. I'm not sure where those 2 yards came from. But sure, why not? Carolina walks the man up to the line. Oh, Boletsky able to break that one right at the line of scrimmage. That time he did get a yard. Tackle made there on the outside by Stinson, who had that pick earlier.
About a half a yard. Going to set up a 3rd down and 7. Let's see how aggressive Florida gets here. They are in field goal range, but let's see if they try to get aggressive here and pick up the 1st down.
4 receivers wide. We've seen Cochran play action and boot out of this formation a couple times. 2:21 to go here in the second. Time continuing to tick off. Cochran almost... No, I was going to say maybe he was wasting some of it. Cochran stands, floats, backside. Oh, the defender was trailing out and couldn't make the play. Catch made. Minson, 2nd of the game.
Yeah, I thought that pass was going to get deflected out of the air by strong safety Chris Delow, but he could not track the ball and got caught between the 2 receivers there, and Florida's going to pick up the 1st down, set up a 1st and goal.
2 minutes to play here in this opening half. Carolina on top. Their defense trying to make a goal line stand. Florida trying to retake the lead. Plenty of action coming before the half. Two backs in the backfield. Carolina has half the defense on the defensive line here. Doyle and Boletsky, they give it to the Bullet, and he will not get there. Had 2 efforts at it and really got stonewalled.
He did, and I thought that was a touchdown when they first said hike, but Carolina did a great job of riding into the football, bringing them down short of the end zone.
Line up in a very similar formation. Carolina trying to be ready for it. The whole stadium expecting another run. Cochran under center. 13th run for Boletsky, and he's got the edge and got the score. Zarkov was blocking for him out there, and it's 6 more for Florida.
Came into this game 2nd in the entire SFL, behind only Minnesota in rushing touchdowns. Florida adds another one to their resume, and suddenly they're an extra point away from taking the lead.
Doyle secures that block. Zarkov on the outside doing a really good job on the defensive back, too. Cleaned up. Eddie, I love myself some good blocking.
Absolutely. Games are won and lost up front.
So Florida, 11 plays, 73-yard drive. 9 of those 11 plays were runs. You have 33 yards on the ground, but the 2 pass plays go for 40 yards. Extra point up and good, and the 1-point lead goes to the Florida Storm.
1-point lead, 1:30 left here in the first half. Carolina has all 3 timeouts at their disposal. Let's see if the tailback comes back into the game, as they're going to need him, particularly in the second half. But let's see how aggressive they get here.
Kick is away. Carolina's going to bring this one out. Crossing the 15, 20, 25. And Harish Prasad will bring it out to the 27. Matt South, 9 of 10 tonight, 90%. Eddie, in this season, South only completing on average 62% of his passes coming into tonight, so playing really well.
He is, as Florida, as we commented on earlier, is playing back and allowing him to dump these passes off to his tailback and fullback to pick up significant yardage on first down, setting up second and third situations.
Minute and 25, all 3 timeouts for Carolina. Mike McBride still out of the game. Hanzo in there at fullback. They have DeSantis there on the line at tight end. Bring Quintero down to the bottom of the screen. Davidson will check up against him. There's the pitch off this left side. Nothing doing. Loss of a yard.
Yeah, they brought Quintero over there in motion, but Quintero's only 5'11". You think they bring the other bigger physical receiver to help out with the run blocking there.
Big on the height tonight, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
You got to look at how tall someone is. South under center, and another handoff right up the gut, and they'll get that yard back now.
If you're Florida, the head coach, did you call a timeout with it being 3rd and 9 and Carolina deep in their own end?
That's not the worst idea. Not the worst idea. I think it's 50-50. With the momentum the way that it is, I don't hate it, but if Carolina picked up a first down here, you'd be saving them some time.
Yeah.
South to throw, fires that one. Oh, dropped. Quintero would have had a first down and a little bit more, and he just could not hold on.
Yeah, he would have had a first down and about 10, 15 yards more should he hang on to the football. Perhaps he was looking downfield to see where he's going to make his first cut at and took his eyes off the ball a little bit too early.
And that's where you would have loved to have that timeout because you would have had some time left.
Yep.
If you're Florida, about 10 seconds more than you do now. Low snap on the punt. Kick is away. Florida tracking back to try and get a little return,
Wow.
and there was nothing there. Carolina was all over that one like icing on a cake.
Yeah, that was great special teams play by Carolina.
It was Delro who made the tackle. Starting strong safety playing there on special teams. Now you got to figure out what to do here. 27 seconds. All 3 timeouts if you're Florida. Ron Cochran's been known to be a little bit of a gunslinger, and they'll let him throw. Check, throw, and picked! Shouldn't have thrown that one. Coming back the other way, Tristan Hatley. Will he make him pay?
He
Hats
will.
off to you, young man. A pick 6 for Carolina with 17 ticks left in the first half.
Talk about making a statement in a game-changing play. Christian Hatley comes up and collects this interception as they come out in man defense. They brought the blitz. I thought they were going to bring 1. They actually brought 2. Forces Ron to check that ball out quicker than he wants to, makes a bad read, hits the panic button, and just like that, Carolina retakes the lead and stuns this crowd, Andy.
And we just talked about how they've been known to let him sling the ball, and every once in a while, he is prone to making some mistakes. He's thrown 1 pick tonight, and just when we say it, bang, another one.
That's Tristan Hatley's first interception this season. Couldn't have come at a better time.
What a time to have it, especially when you may be down a running back and points might be at a premium for your team.
Yeah, as I'm being teased in the chat about Tristan getting a pick 6, and I have yet to have one after 18-plus seasons.
Now, you did that to yourself, Eddie. We weren't going to talk about it. You brought it up. I just want to put that out there. Return here, out across the 15, across the 20, and now down to the 25. Well, if you're Florida, I think maybe you just hand it to Boletsky. What do you say, Eddie? Yeah?
I'm in total agreement after the decision-making by Ron Cochran. I know he's a Hall of Famer and all, and he has several championship rings. But you just hand the ball off to Bullet, go into the half, and regroup.
Well, with a running back, with a running back like that, Eddie, you never know when he's going to break one off.
That is absolutely true.
All right, 13 seconds left after that madness. 1st and 10. Split spread is the formation. Nickel look here out of Carolina. Cochran going to pitch out. Boletsky off this right side. Jukes one. Boletsky has the edge and will get tackled out of bounds with, no, not out of bounds. They'll take a timeout. No, I guess they won't take a timeout. That'll take us to the halftime break, Eddie.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say the guy's name, but number 29, he got juked out of his shoes, Andy.
Yeah, that we'll leave that where it is. First half in the books. Carolina, a little bit of a surprise out in front, despite Ike McBride maybe having some injury trouble. It was an action-packed first half. We just saw just about everything, Eddie. Some really good throws, some really good runs, and some defensive plays as well.
Some great defense set up by the blitz of Carolina to end the first half. Kind of caught Ron off guard, as initially like they were going to bring 1, but they brought 2 off the edge, flooded the offensive line, and threw an ill-advised throw, and Carolina taking advantage of it, and they find themselves ahead by 6 going into the half.
Matt South having a really good game. 81% completion percentage, 116 yards. No touchdowns, no picks. Ike McBride, 6 carries, 25 yards and a touchdown, but that injury may have kept her off the field. There's a look at Beletsky's numbers. He's the halftime player. 2 touchdowns for him, 6 yards a carry. Ron Cochran, though, 5 of 10, 2 picks for the Hall of Famer.
For the Hall of Famer, indeed, as we wait, hopefully, for an injury update from someone getting into the Florida locker room, if we can find out what's going on. Excuse me, from the Carolina locker room. Oh, out with back spasms, we're being told, Andy.
That is unfortunate. If you are a Carolina fan, you will have to work with a modified rushing attack. And for a team, Eddie, that told you before the game that they're trying to get back to pounding the rock, that's not great.
Not great at all. But, hey, I mean, next man up mentality. We got a 6-point lead. Let's see if we can hold on to it for 20 minutes.
Well, and the other part is that's the part where you would want to run the ball, is when you have the lead, correct?
Absolutely.
Return here, out across the 15, across the 20. Oh, Harish Prasad. Yeah, didn't know if that one was going to go the distance. That man always full of surprises.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit older enough, too. I had a feeling he'd be stopped well short of anywhere near the end zone.
I'm sure it would be hard for him to return one for a touchdown. Wouldn't you say, Eddie?
Absolutely. He's watched it. He needs to consider retirement.
All right, okay. We'll draw the line there. Carolina takes back over. Matt South will bring this offense back out. Tori Hanzo, 2 carries, 15 yards for him, might be required to lead a little bit of the rushing game. Quintero, their leading receiver, 35 yards on 2 grabs. DeSantis also has 26 yards. Give Hanzo, left side. Hanzo bowls over a couple and picks up 5.
And Hanzo, hopefully, he got into the locker room and got recharged, as I'm sure this coaching staff told him, hey, man, expect to get more work than you anticipated coming into this game. We need you, big fella.
2 tight ends there, bottom of your screen. That's both DeSantis and Xavier Solomon here for Carolina. Give to the back, and they'll get 1 more there. And he's down. Sean Bryson also out of the game. This is going to get fun, Eddie. This is going to get fun. Who is the 3rd running back for Carolina?
That's a great question, and let's see if they come out and come empty on this next play, if they actually have a back out on the field.
Carolina really looking down the depth chart. They do have a back there. It's number 43. Hanzo in front of them. 3rd down, 3 yards to gain. Trying to get out to the 37-yard line. Prasad will move over. Man defense out of Florida. Evan Carroll is going to play him. Give right up the gut. Got the 1st down. Look at that.
Wow. Great job picking up the 1st down, but even better job by the offensive line giving him a running lane.
Tori Hanzo helping clear the way as well. Was the center, or the 2 guards, Rigatoni and Chris Cross, helping as well. They're in the blocking game. They're going to be required to open those gaps up. 6-point lead, Carolina, 9 to go in the 3rd. They have a new set of downs. Late blitz coming. Check out Hanzo. Hanzo! Oh, embarrassing fools. Hanzo down the left sideline. 3 stiff arms.
That last one was just totally unnecessary as he's heading out of bounds. But don't tell Tori Hanzo that as he stiff arms through 2 defenders, 2 would-be tacklers, including a linebacker. That's just embarrassing.
Yeah, I just saw him. He went over to the sideline and actually stiff-armed one of the trainers who tried to give him a water bottle. It was disgusting. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but Tori Hanzo, that arm is stiff.
Yes, it is.
Pause. 1st and 10, 8:40 to go here in the 3rd. Carolina now on the 49. They'll pitch it out. Hanzo gets a block, and that'll pick up 3. It's a little bit more than the other back was getting there, Eddie. So
you're right. I was about to say the same thing, but if that's Ike McBride back there on that play and man-to-man coverage with both receivers to the right side,
right? Yep.
Might have still been running.
That is what Carolina faces. They don't even face the defense. Well, they do face the defense, but they also face this injury bug that has gotten to the running back room. South under center, looking to throw. 13th throw of the night. That one caught on the turnaround play. Harish Prasad, 1st down grab.
And it looked like they threw that ball sidearm.
Yeah.
better look on the replay.
Change
trying to
that
get
arm
past,
angle.
Yeah, trying to get past the defensive line.
That's the hot word today in football, arm angle. Everyone's always talking about the angle of the throw. Matt South pulls it out of his back pocket, completes for first down yardage. Pitch out to the back, and he'll get 2.
Yeah, you can see the limitations, the lack of speed and quickness getting out of his break there. Picks up 2 yards.
I don't know about lack of speed, Eddie. That's about as fast as I run. He looks pretty good out there.
You're a broadcaster. He's a running back. He needs more speed.
Oh, you're saying broadcasters can't be athletes, huh? This is the SFL, man. Everyone can be an athlete here.
That's right. But some of us are starters and some of us are role players.
Oh, so I'm a role player now. No, I'm just messing with you. Third and 9.
That time, he got no help from his offensive line. I don't care who was back there. He wasn't going to gain a yard.
3rd and 9. 7 to go in the third. Carolina trying to continue this drive. South looks to throw. Does he have heroics in him? Fires down the middle and throws an interception. Coming back the other way for Florida. Adrian Blaine with the pick, and he's got it down to the 32.
Just what Florida needs. Get their defense off the field, get the ball back to their offense. And, there was no one open. And hopefully you think moving in the future, Matt South will throw that ball away, because now Florida's going to get pretty darn good field position when otherwise they'd try to kick that ball deep.
It's a first blemish for Matt South and this Carolina team tonight. He was looking so good through that first half, and then they try and push it just a little bit. He was protected well, got rid of it, and it just didn't work out. So now Riverboat Ron back out on the field. 5 of 10 tonight, just 77 yards through the first half of play. And he'll give it to Beletsky.
Oh.
Beletsky gets a couple, and we'll send it to Cameron Irvine for a game break in the studio. Cam?
Thanks, Andy. Back-to-back weeks in division. Atlanta balling out. Fourth quarter, or late third quarter, 3rd and 10. Bryant Dynasty hits Kyle Finnemore for the tying score. 17-17, now into the fourth. Back to you in Florida.
Thanks, Cam. Checking back in here, 6:20 to go. Cochran will drop deep, throw right across the middle, complete. Veridin Zarkov, second grab of the day. First down yardage for Florida, who's coming to life.
And I think that was cover 2 defense. I didn't quite get a good look at it as I was looking elsewhere, but you want to attack a cover 2 defense, attack deep middle, and you'll get a completion most times.
Now a new set of downs for Florida. Find themselves down by 6 after that pick 6 for Carolina there at the end of the first half. If you're just tuning in, Tristan Hatley took one to the house. Check out Beletsky here this play, and he's down.
You're never too sure with Bully Beletsky out there looking like Barry Sanders. You just never know. You got to go over there and wrap him up and continue to rally to the ball until you hit a whistle blown.
J.W. Doyle in there as well, another back that you got to look out for. He's got 3.7 yards to carry himself. Pitch out to him, and he'll pick up a couple, playing to the running back spot that time.
Wow, Tristan Hadley showed great closing speed, but his angle was just a bit too wide. I understand why you want to keep that outside shoulder free and force him back to your help, but Tristan Hadley came out there with bad intentions, but unfortunately he whiffed.
Hatley having a pretty good game so far. Want to keep that going if you're them. Here's a give. Beletsky off this right side, shakes, bakes. Beletsky still on his feet. Beletsky shakes another one. Beletsky still inbound somehow. Beletsky! Oh, my! They're fist fighting all the way down the sideline.
How did he stay in bounds? I have no idea. He was practically dancing down the sideline with only his right leg for power as his left leg was in the air. Let's get a good look at this on a replay.
There's no way, right?
Yeah. How does he contain his power like this? That's incredible.
Wow, he kept running inside, Eddie, is what every time he would land, he would move in a little bit more so that when he got pushed and jumped, it went back inside again. Man,
14-yard carry. Puts him over 100 yards on the day.
I've never seen that in my life.
I have not either.
New set of downs here. Now inside the red zone. Florida. Pitch out. Give it to him again. Boletsky. Oh, that time Boletsky takes a hit. Monte Wyatt says, I can do that, young fella. Try jumping out of that one.
Monte Wyatt on the tackle, but Javon Prasad assisted on that tackle. He showed great effort and persistence getting to him after he had to turn around and regather himself.
Short drop. Cochran fires.
Wide
Open receiver. Caught and into the end zone. Big touchdown. First catch of the night for Ron Haynes. The stat man is in for 6.
Ron Haynes with his first completion, with his first catch of the night, results in a touchdown. And we were talking about it pregame. He was with the SFL commissioner when he asked him, how many touchdowns are you going to catch tonight? And he said, about 2 or 3. He gets his first one here. He was getting teased for not being a team player and wanting to block for Bully Boletsky, but he catches one there. And great job by Florida rallying back to take this lead, extra point pending.
And Ron's going to mark that one on the stats truck. That's all 6 points, Ron. All 6 of them. 21-20, Florida on top of Carolina now. They retake the lead after losing it there at the end of the second quarter.
Carolina has to gather themselves, remind themselves they're only down 1, despite their starting tailback not coming back into this game. They got to stay focused.
Speaking of focused, focus on Week 11 of Season 21 starts Friday, headlined by a critical matchup out west with Vancouver and San Diego, and Saturday's key divisional matchup games, Indy and Tulsa, and Houston and Alamo City. For the full weekend schedule, visit our website at simulationfl.net. First down, 10 yards to go for Carolina. Give Hanzo up the middle. Hanzo stonewalled there. Really nice tackle coming up from the safety spot for Andrew Francis.
Yeah, he got kind of hemmed up behind his offensive lineman, did not get out there cleanly, and the defense was able to rally and stop him for a gain of 2.
Second and 8. Give Hanzo on a little bit of a fullback counter. What the heck was that? Look at that run.
Yeah, and Florida actually brought the blitz to the offensive left side and dialed it up at the right time for Carolina fans because he cut off to the right and picks up a first down.
Torrey Hanzo looking like Jerome Bettis back there. First down, 10 yards to go. Carolina up to their own 30. Matt South's interception ended the last drive. They're trying to keep this one going. And that's not, well, they'll graciously give him the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think he lost about half a yard. But on that play, I like to see Matt South audible as Florida had 10 men within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Challenge these defenders deep.
Three receivers wide. Carolina just down by a single point. South moves the pocket, throws, caught! First down and a tough catch there by Quintero.
Quintero with the catch between a corner and a safety. I like to see Matt South throw that ball to his left where there was no one deep, but instead he throws it to his right, picks up the first down regardless.
First and 10. 2:50 to go here in the third. Scoring has certainly slowed down, but these two teams battling back and forth nonetheless. Pitch outside. Hanzo seals the edge, and they'll get a couple.
Wow, he's slow to get up.
Easy.
You cannot ill afford to him to go down.
Well, if you're Carolina, you maybe almost do. Depending on who's your fourth spot on the depth chart, you might start getting a wide receiver out there.
Yeah, or a tight end.
Or Hanzo might just move back to halfback. Two receivers, or two backs in the backfield, one receiver wide. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Oh, look at the room there. 3rd and 2 upcoming.
Yeah, you can tell he's not a starter. He's got to learn to lower his shoulder so he won't absorb so much punishment.
You think he'd be watching McBride enough in practice to know that.
Yeah.
Must be over there eating orange slices or something. 3rd and 2. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. They'll give it to him off this left side. Not going to happen. Hold up and stopped by Ryan Davidson.
Yeah, he just did not have the foot speed to run that type of play. You can see the pulling guard out there get around the edge, but he was not in his hip pocket like he should have been. Gonna force a punt.
Yeah, down by just a single point. Carolina not willing to risk it here this far in the middle of the field. Snap back, kick away. This one angled towards the top.
Great
that
punt.
Is it, Eddie? He only down to the 21. That's about a net of 20, 30 yards.
Yeah, I get it, but I thought I was gonna go out of bounds there, but needless to say,
you could have kicked it all the way in the end zone and put them a yard back from where they are now.
I'm trying to give him some credit.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Ron Haynes says that's a 24-yard punt. Thanks, Ron.
Bad punt.
Flip out. Boletsky going to try and flip the field. Boletsky spins back inside. Oh, and gets 9. Monte Wyatt was the first one on the scene.
First one on the scene, but I tell you what, number 99, Shavon Prasad, was in the area trying to track him down. And he had bad intentions, but he just did not have the foot speed to get over there.
It's finally Davidson Joseph who brought him down. 2 tackles on the night for Joseph. Danny Stinson up here with a pick and 8 tackles for Carolina. He leads the way on this defensive side. Second and inches, they're going to need him to try and get off the field here. Pitch, Boletsky, wide open room, got the first down.
Yeah, Carolina was thinking inside. The play goes outside. There's no one there, and they're lucky that he only gained about 4 or 5 yards there.
Yeah, really could have started running. Boletsky is a threat every time he touches the ball. Up by a point, Florida trying to add to their lead. Any type of score would extend. It's a pretty obvious point. Boletsky right up the gut will pick up a couple, and spinning over a guy, picks up 6.
6-yard gain. They look like it was set up to get about 3, but Boletsky, keeping those legs churning, picks up 3 more.
(21-20). Might be the last play of the third quarter, and they will snap it. Doyle off this right side. J.W. Doyle, first down and a little bit more, and that will take us to the end of the third. 21-20, Florida on top of Carolina. The Skyhawks trying to hold on to their chance to get back out in front.
The Simulation Football League is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of the game without the express written consent of the league office is prohibited.
Back here, fourth quarter in front of us. I'm Andy Hamilton. Joining me in the booth, the Hall of Famer Eddie Gage, Ron Haynes in the stats truck along with Rochelle Colston for us. Appreciate both of them keeping us educated with the numbers. It's not my strongest suit, so happy to have stats team to keep us in line. Cochran to throw. This is just his 14th throw of the night. That one's a one-handed grab. What a catch there on the outside. It wasn't for a ton of yards, but that's the nice hands catch of the game, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23.
That's a good catch indeed. If he doesn't come back for that ball, it's going the other way.
Ended up losing a yard. Cochran fires across the middle. Picked! Speaking of coming back the other way, Davidson Joseph intercepts Ron Cochran.
They brought the blitz again in man defense, and for the second time in this game, Ron Cochran hits the panic button, and it results in another interception, this time by Davidson Joseph, his 3rd of the season.
Well, in that crossing route there, the receivers kind of ran into each other, and that meant that the defensive back had a jump on the ball. Cochran now his 3rd interception of the day, just 1 touchdown to his name, and Carolina takes over with good field position.
Pressure breaks pipes, Andy.
Can also make diamonds. There's some pressure on Matt South in this offense now. Let's see if we get dust or diamonds. Ball at the 49, give Hanzo, right side. Hanzo will bowl and roll. Picks up 4.
4 yards in a cloud of dust. Hanzo isn't going to break any speed records. Not going to impress you with ladder drills, but what he does do is run over who's ever in front of him.
It's like a heat-seeking missile of a man. Hanzo in the backfield again. Harish Prasad will shift. Florida playing some man defense. Davidson will have to run down to cover him just in case. Give right up the middle. A little bit of room. They'll pick up 3.
There's some hitting going on down there. We can hear those shoulder pads popping from here.
A little bit of nervous energy here at the eye. They're not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, close game, and they usually win in by 2 scores, but not tonight.
Not yet, at least. Still plenty of action here. 8.5 to go. See what Carolina does on 3rd down. Give right side, and that play has not worked on any real short down yardage to go here tonight. Ever since Ike McBride went out with the injury, Leo Thunderman makes the play.
And a force a punt, got to be discouraging if you're a Carolina fan and get that interception and have to punt this ball back. But hopefully for them, they can win the field position battle if they can punt this one deep.
Last punt did not go so well, as is well documented. Punter is on. This one angled, and that one's a better punt, much better. It'll come down at the 11. Return will bring it out to the 15-yard line. The story of tonight has gone back and forth. And speaking of stories, APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. 8 minutes to go. Ron in this offense back out on the field. Speaking of on the field, Charlie Boletsky is all the way down to the 30-yard line. What a run to start this one off.
They tried to track him down, but the linebackers got caught in traffic, as my coach used to say, and had to go around them. By that time, Boletsky was picking up 1st down.
Look at his numbers, over 140 yards tonight on just 20 carries. Also has got 1 catch to go along with that, 2 scores. 2 of the 3 Florida scores. Ron Haynes had the other touchdown. Florida just 3 times in the end zone tonight. Give. Boletsky caught up behind the offensive lineman who was stood up, and a good play of pursuit there by Ibariam in England.
Speaking of being caught up, upset alert as Atlanta just took a 2-score lead against Louisiana with just under 2 minutes to play.
May have a game break coming there. You might have just ruined it, Eddie. 2nd and 9. Pitch out. Boletsky tackled from behind. Really good pursuit there again. Boletsky a little slow to get up.
Yeah, 3rd down and 7, Andy. And Ron Cochran has not had one of his better games. Let's see how aggressive Carolina gets here. Do they bring the blitz or do they play zone?
They've blitzed a couple times on interceptions. See what they do here. Just 1 linebacker in. They're going to move Minson across the line of scrimmage. Carolina doesn't budge. They're staying still. They only rush 4. Ron throws off his back foot. Almost picked off again. Oh, it was right in the bread basket there of Chris Delro, and it looked like he was almost shocked. It's just deflected.
Yeah, it hit him in both his hands. I thought he was going to come away with that one. Had he done so, man, a lot of green grass in front of him. Not sure if he took it back to the house, but nonetheless, Carolina gets their defense off the field.
Punter is on for Florida. That is Marcus Agrippa. 5'11", Eddie. I know you were curious. 200 pounds. He sends it away, and look at that. Completely flips the field on the Skyhawks.
He's also an all-star. Harish Prasad with nowhere to go as the Gunners get downfield, forces him to receive that as a fair catch. And Carolina, 78 yards to go for a touchdown, but they can also take the lead with a field goal.
Matt South has played really well tonight. 12 of 15, just that 1 blemish on the interception.
Yeah.
Hasn't been throwing it as much here in the second half. Let's see if they go back to the air or if they stick with the ground game. Nickel look here out of Florida. Give. Hanzo right up the middle. Hanzo angles and stretches the defense. Picks up 5.
And they sent the tailback out wide, showing its man defense and creating a bigger lane for Hanzo to run through.
Second down, 5 yards to go. Give to the back off this right side. Oh, man, that stiff arm almost worked out.
Almost worked out. Going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Do they put their trust in their their third start, the third back off the depth chart? Will they put this ball in the air in Matt South's hands?
You also could have Hanzo right up the middle. I don't think that's a bad play either at this rate.
I agree.
Going to flip a tight end down here to the bottom. There's plenty of space at the bottom of the screen. Can you get the blocking? They will give it right up the gut, and they got it. They got the first down right up the gut. They've ran a couple of counters or powers off that play, Eddie, that hasn't worked. The ISO works right up the gut.
I agree. That's a great play call because, as you said, they went off tackle there a few times and did not result in any positive yardage. This time they run the ISO, pick up the first.
First down, 10 yards to go. Give right up the middle. Oh, look at this. Nice little run there. Picks up 4. And
man defense on the outside with the linebackers and creates a larger running lane for the tailback to run through.
Harish Prasad is begging in the chat for them not to run the football, Eddie.
Be careful what you wish for. F-Wing Jokers. First time we've seen this tonight.
And they're gonna flip a tight end. Look at how far off the line Hanzo is. That is interesting. It's just a big old hole right there. They're gonna give it off the right side. Hanzo gets his block, but the running back strings. Oh, still on his feet. Shakes, bakes, first down. What a run! And Harish Prasad is begging him to run the football more.
If he keeps running like that, he will be. That was his best run of the night, clearly, and perhaps he's looking for more playing time.
Well, Eddie, he didn't have a chance to warm up. He's just warming up right now. Can't let him get hot. First down, 10 yards to go. Now, just a bit over 4 minutes to play in the game.
Yeah, split twins, man-to-man defense. Look for the fullback dive.
Quintero moves from top to bottom. No, South will throw. South pressured. Oh, he's going to scramble. Matt South slides in for 6. Cool, calm, and collected. Just how he drew it up.
He slid just in time, as I did not get the defender's number, but he was looking to take Matt South's head off had he delivered.
Ooh, baby. The running game of Carolina is just the most interesting story tonight. 2 backs down, the third running back running hard. They'll give it to him again. Right up the gut, and he'll pick up a couple. 3rd and 2 in another situation, Eddie, where if you had a star running back, you would expect to just run it up the middle.
Yeah, you would, and perhaps they still do. I don't know. They had some success lately, him running up the A gap. 3rd down and 2. This is a big 3rd down for both teams.
Hanzo on the field, both tight ends out there as well. They'll give it to him right side on the pull play, and it's so close, short. Eddie.
They might have to take a look at that one. I thought that he was short, but Carolina may challenge. I'm not sure.
Oh, man, Thunderman made the tackle, and if you're Carolina, what do you do? Do you go for it?
Yeah.
Oh, there's the challenge. There's the challenge. So we'll have to take a retroactive look at that play, presented by Retroid. Get your SFL console at goretroid.com.
These fans are loud. They're booing that decision to throw the flag, Andy.
Well, yeah, they were getting off the field. Let's look at this. He kind of rolls over him. 67's just standing there in the way. That's so tough to tell.
I don't know if there's enough evidence to overturn that. That's close. It depends on where the ball was when his buttocks hit the ground.
I think this will be one where they overturn it, but it's still not a first down. Oh, it stands. So they are not gonna move the ball an inch.
Yeah, I don't think they had enough.
Yeah,
based on
I
the
agree.
fact with all the bodies around them.
And the interesting part here, Eddie, is they might have done that just to talk over whether they wanted to go for it or not. It's essentially a timeout.
Well, they are on the field, Andy.
Pick the right play. Let's see what they... Oh, it's the same formation.
Yep. Weak jokers. If you're them, hopefully it's a fullback dive. Oh, they're going to send Hanzo in motion, so it's not. And they're going to shift him away from the blockers.
They go right up the gut, and he got it!
Got
oh,
it.
wow.
Wow.
First down, Carolina.
I thought they were going to run off power again, Andy, but they did not. They ran the ISO play and fooled me and barely picked up that first down.
Oh, man. Storylines are thick in this one, huh? 2:35 to go in the fourth. Give on the counter play, and he'll get another yard, just a yard.
That kind of play hasn't gotten them anything all night, including when Ike was in the game.
And it seems to be a big part of their offense so far.
Yeah. Run it several times.
They are about 20 yards away from maybe attempting a field goal. South rolls in the pocket, throws underneath, caught Quintero. Quintero pushing, moving, and will pick up 8 more. 3rd and a yard again.
And now you're looking at 4th down territory. They've lost a timeout, so they're down to 2. And they're on the wrong side of the 2-minute warning, so from here on out, it's got to be 4 down territory until they get in field goal range.
2 to play in Fort Lauderdale. The Storm defense trying to get off the field. Carolina slowly inching their way down. This has all the makings of a great finish. 2 in the backfield. South will line it up and give right up the gut. Easy money. Got the first down. That ISO has worked almost every time.
It has, particularly late here in the second half, and it's giving them just enough to move the chains. And now, should they get inside the 30, Florida may have to consider using some of their timeouts.
Twins, bottom of the screen. New formation here against the 4-3. They'll pitch it out to him off this right side, and he'll get 2 more yards. Eddie, I think that Carolina has lulled them to sleep so much. Look out for a shot here maybe at some point.
Yeah, I mean, Matt South has been winning tonight, so I would not be surprised if they put the confidence and trust in him to do so. Man-to-man defense again.
Yep. Florida's playing a lot of man. Watch these tight ends maybe get shifty a little bit. DeSantis moves to the top of the formation. Oh, play action. A little bit of a jet sweep. Look at this. Chase Earl. Oh, he's going to lose yards.
That's a bad time to dial that up, considering the fact that you're on the outside of field goal range. Not a great play call.
Yeah, and that one just took them further back. They might have been in the field goal range before that play, but now definitely not. 3rd and 11. They really need 5 to 7 yards here to feel comfortable. Now down to 43 seconds left in the game. South drops. Florida brings 4. South feels comfortable. Going to sling it sidearm across the middle. Somehow collected! Oh, Harish Prasad, you must be kidding me!
The old man said, hey, Eddie, I am not done just yet. I still got some football left in me. And Harish Prasad catches one of the biggest receptions of his entire career in front of 2 defenders, moves the chains. Now they are clearly